Welcome back to the Stock Car Show. Last week we had the Stage 2 Cutoff at Mildenhall to decide the final 6 drivers fighting for silver and the opening round to Stage 3 at Mildenhall. Mildenhall then, as said, was the Stage 2 Cutoff. We went into the meeting with the bottom 3 in Group 2 only 12 points apart. There was Finn Sargent, Frank Wimmer Jr. and Matt Newson. After the first heat, that would change to put Matt Newson in an advancing spot and knock out Frankie after his DNF in Heat 1. That race won by Kyle Gray. Heat 2 saw Group 1 in it, which was pretty much all decided anyway. Tom Harris would not finish and find himself in the consolation. Heat 2 was won by Jake Hari. Heat 3 saw Ryan Harrison take yet another win on the loose stuff with a last bender on the Dutch driver Niels Tesla. Consolation had some big names in it, such as Frank Wimmer Jr., Tom Harris and Charlie Sauder. All three had to fight very hard to get through the pack and make the final, which they did end up doing. The race won by Adam Joyce. We entered the final with 5 on 5, only 5 points behind 16 Matt Newson, and that would all change instantly as once again the 16 front bumper found the number 5 car and both was out. A good little three-way battle towards the end of the race between Tom Harris, Adam Joyce and Harrison, with 97 coming out on top and taking a final win, which I believe to be 7th in a row. The Grand National had a stats grid and Frankie would put Newson into the wall early to confirm his spot into Stage 3 and knock the World Cup champion out. There was a moment with 97 and 5 on 5 on turn 1 and 2, not too sure what went on there, the stream didn't really show it. And of course the big talking point from that race, Sauder climbing on his wing, doing the chicken dance towards Newson, and then slipping down from his wing. Very entertaining, I'm sure many will agree, and let's see if that rolls onto next year or maybe one final time in 2025 if no bans have been handed out. Onto for Sunday and a damp Northampton to kick off Stage 3. Heat 1 won by the defending champion Tom Harris, Heat 2 won by Matt Newson, consolation in wet conditions won by who else but Frank Wimmer Jr. Finn Sargent qualified through the consolation, so all 6 contenders made it to the final. A very hectic final, cars all over the place, losing eyes on the leader a couple times as you try and keep track on the 6 finalists. But it would be Joe Booth who won the early right final after a brilliant tactical last lap, holding off Tom Harris and Niels Tesla. And Niels Tesla will go on to take a dominant Grand National win. So Tom Harris takes an early lead, but the other 5 are not out just yet. Some work does need to be done and bumpers need to go in, so we'll see what happens at Bradford this week. 23 cars booked in at the time of recording, which obviously isn't great, but considering we've just had 2 shale meetings, drivers can pick up damage and won't be fixed in time. We'll have to think about work as we get closer to the new year. This week isn't a world qualifying round, which is helpful as I haven't done the points yet. I'll be sure to get them done for next round at Hennesford next week. Thank you for watching this week's show and thanks for the support. We're around 30 subscribers away from 1,000, so if we could get that before the Golden Night meeting, that would be awesome. And I'll see you next week as the silver roof gets closer and closer to certain drivers.